I'm 67 years old, and I've spent most of my life chasing success and accumulating wealth, but I never found peace. I'm 67 years old, and I've spent most of my life chasing success and accumulating wealth, but I never found peace. I had a good job, a house, a car. People saw me as successful, but I was empty inside. I was living the life that everyone thought was the dream, but I was walking through it like a ghost. It wasn't a bad life. It was just a life that lacked meaning. I thought I had all the time in the world to figure things out. I thought, I'll find peace later. I'll focus on my faith when I'm older. I have time, but time like that doesn't wait for anyone. For years I chased career milestones, money, and status. I worked hard, played hard, and partied hard. There was always something to distract me from what I felt deep down, something missing, something that I couldn't name. I had the things that society said would make me happy: a good career, friends, freedom, the things we're all supposed to want. And yet, every night, as I laid in bed, I would feel a hollow emptiness that I couldn't shake. I thought I was supposed to be fulfilled. But the more I got, the more I realized there was nothing that truly satisfied me. I told myself, once I reach this goal, I'll feel better. But I was wrong. Every time I reached the next step, I felt just as empty. I was always thinking, later I'll change. Later I'll reconnect with my faith. But later never came. I kept telling myself that faith and peace could wait. That all changed one evening when I found myself at home, sitting in the dark, thinking about my life. I'd just had another argument with my wife over something trivial. As I sat there, I realized it wasn't about the argument. It was about everything else. The emptiness I had been carrying around, pretending it wasn't there. For the first time, I stopped and thought, why am I so empty? And that's when I started questioning everything. I questioned my choices, my beliefs, my priorities. I realized I had been running after the wrong things. I'd spent years living my life based on what I thought I wanted, what I thought others expected of me. But the truth was, I had no idea what I truly needed. I didn't plan to change. I wasn't looking for faith or religion. But as I began to question everything, I started to realize there was one thing I'd been missing. Something I couldn't ignore anymore. The answers started to find me, and I couldn't avoid them. They led me to Islam, not because I was looking for it, but because everything I'd been searching for, peace, clarity, understanding, was right there. It wasn't something I expected, but it was exactly what I needed. I didn't embrace Islam in a dramatic moment or a flash of insight. It wasn't about debate or proof. It was about peace. It was about finding a place where I could finally breathe, where I could let go of the weight I had been carrying for so long. I found clarity in my heart, and that's something I had never known before. Looking back, My biggest regret is how long I waited. I spent so many years telling myself that I'd find peace later. I thought tomorrow was guaranteed, but it's not. Time isn't something we control, and I wish I hadn't waited. Death doesn't wait for you, and truth doesn't chase you forever. It's there, waiting, but you have to be willing to accept it. When I think about all the years I wasted, I realize how much I could have had if I had just accepted the truth earlier. I could have had peace. I could have had connection with God. And I could have stopped chasing after things that weren't meant for me. The truth is that peace doesn't come from money, or career success, or living a life everyone else expects of you. It comes from knowing who you are, from understanding your purpose, and from knowing where you stand with God. If you're watching this right now, I want you to ask yourself, what are you delaying? What have you been putting off because you think you have time? Time isn't as long as we think. It's easy to tell ourselves, I'll get to it later. But later isn't guaranteed. If you died tonight, would you be ready? Are you truly ready to face the truth? Because it's not about what you've achieved in life. It's about the peace that comes with accepting the truth, no matter how hard it is. I'm not saying you need to change everything overnight. Take your time. But I don't want you to wait like I did. I don't want you to get to the end of your life with regrets, like I did. I want you to ask the hard questions now, to face the truth before it's too late. You don't have to figure it all out right away, but stop pretending. Stop saying you're fine when you're not. Stop pretending you don't need anything when you do. Be honest with yourself and with the people you love. Life is too short for the lies we tell ourselves. When I accepted Islam, it wasn't the end of the road. It was the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where I was finally at peace with myself. And that's something I wish for you. Peace, clarity, truth. So if you're struggling, if you're holding on to a lie, let it go. Start with the small truths. Be honest with yourself, and then be honest with others. Life isn't meant to be lived in a prison of our own making. It's meant to be lived freely, with truth, with love, with faith. Reflect on this. Share it with someone who might need to hear it. Take the first step and don't wait any longer. Life is too short, and the truth is waiting for you. I waited far too long, hoping for the right moment. I thought I had the luxury of time, that everything would fall into place. But I was wrong. Time, as we know it, doesn't slow down for anyone. It moves at its own pace, and it doesn't wait for us to catch up. So, what are you waiting for? You see, when I accepted Islam, I didn't find all the answers immediately, but I found peace in the uncertainty. I found a way to live with the questions instead of being consumed by them. Don't wait until it's too late to find peace. Don't let the fear of vulnerability keep you from the connections that truly matter. Life is too short, and the truth is waiting for you to embrace it. Take a moment to think about what's really important to you. What are you delaying? What truths have you been hiding from? I can tell you this: when you stop pretending and start being honest with yourself and others, you will find a peace that no amount of success, money, or recognition can ever give you. Because peace isn't something we earn. It's something we find when we stop running and start living in the truth. I don't want you to wait like I did. Embrace the truth now before it's too late. Share your struggles. Be open with your loved ones. And most importantly, stop hiding from yourself. Because when you live in truth, you'll find a peace that no worldly achievement can ever replace. Time doesn't wait. The truth doesn't chase you forever. But once you embrace it, it will set you free.